Hey, I'm Jillian with Apex Overland, and today we're going to teach you everything you need to know about suspension, what's out there, and what to look for when picking out a suspension for your Overland rig. So the main questions that we always ask when talking to clients about picking their suspension is, how do you plan to use your vehicle? Are you planning on going off-road? And if so, what types of trails? Are you doing long distance off-road driving through sand? Are you going on the beach? Are you planning to do rock crawling? Are you just looking to get off the beaten path a little bit? So how you're planning to use your vehicle is the #1 question. And then from there, you want to consider, am I planning to get larger tires? Do I need to lift it with that suspension to fit a larger tire underneath the vehicle? The biggest thing to really think about when choosing the suspension is, do you plan to add extra weight? Adding all of these armor and extra storage will add additional weight to the vehicle, so you need to consider that. Also, if you have a Tacoma or another truck, you may be adding a drawer system, a bed rack, rooftop tents. All of this starts to add up, and you need to account for that when choosing the suspension. And then the other thing, or the last thing to really think about, is ride quality. You can get a budget suspension that may ride a little bit firmer and still support the weight, but if you need something that's a little more premium, that's a little more cushy, maybe this rig is also your daily driver and you want it to ride good on the highway, you need to think about that. And then you also need to consider your budget. So a key component to your suspension is your shock. What the shock is doing is it provides dampening to the vehicle, so it's going to really affect the ride quality aspect of your suspension. So a few things to consider out there when choosing a shock is, shocks come in different diameters. You have different diameters of the shock body. Wider means there's more oil inside of the shock, which means it stays cooler over longer periods of time. A wider shock also gives you a little bit more of a performance aspect, so that's something to consider when you're choosing a shock. So if you think about it in the way of an old truck with leaf springs and blown shocks or no shocks in the rear, how bouncy that truck bed can feel like. If you're riding on something that has no shocks, it's going to feel really bouncy. So the shock, and what that's doing, is giving a cushion per se. That's an easy way to understand it. The shock is what's providing the cushion aspect of your ride. There are 3 types of valving characteristics inside of the shock. So the first one I want to talk about is the progressive shocks. The easiest way to think about a progressive shock is when it's dampening. So think about when you're riding down the highway on the pavement. They feel great, they feel nice and cushy. But then when you go off-road and you take a hard hit, or you drop down off into a washout, they will stiffen up and dampen that hit. So next we're going to talk about a linear shock. They are similar to a progressive shock in the fact that they will stiffen up as the shaft speed increases, but it's more gradual. They don't respond as quickly as a progressive shock would. And the third one we want to talk about is a digressive shock. And it is just the opposite of a progressive shock, which means it starts out firm and then tapers off. So typically these are the lower end, cheaper shocks that are out there. So the next thing to consider is remote reservoirs and compression adjusters. So the first thing we'll talk about is what a remote reservoir is. On this coilover here, you can see it has this additional canister. What's in this canister is additional oil, which is the same oil or fluid that is inside of the shock body. The biggest benefit of remote reservoirs is the additional cooling capacity. When the oil inside of the shock heats up, it starts to fade and not perform and not dampen as well. So when you have a remote reservoir, this helps keep it cooler longer. So the next piece is a compression adjuster. So a compression adjuster will give you the ability to soften or to firm up your ride quality. So let's say you're going on a long road trip and you want it to be more cushy, you can dial that compression adjuster down and give yourself some more cushion. But then if you are transitioning over to something where you need a little more performance off-road, a little bit firmer, a little bit quicker response in that shock, you can dial it up and make it firmer for that ride. Next, we're going to talk about springs. They are what's supporting your vehicle. You think about the shocks as dampening in the ride quality and the cushion, and the spring is what's holding the vehicle up. The 2 major things that I like to think about when choosing a spring is the amount of lift that you want, if you want to lift your vehicle, if you want to keep it the stock height, and then the amount of weight capacity that you need from the modifications that you've added. If you've ever seen a vehicle sagging in the back, it's because they did not upgrade their springs. There are different types of springs that respond differently, so this is something you want to talk to your outfitter about to find out what's going to work best for your rig. Now I want to talk about my tips and tricks for choosing a suspension for your rig. It is easy to get sucked into information overload when you're doing research for your suspension. The best thing is to talk to someone who has a lot of experience with different types of suspension and different types of vehicles. A lot of shops will just sell you whatever's in stock or whatever's on their shelf and not take the needs of your long-term build into consideration. Something that we have found on the forums and the Facebook groups is that a lot of people that are recommending suspensions are only recommending what they have experience with or what is on their rigs. While this is a good starting point, you want to talk to someone who has a good understanding of all types of suspension. And the biggest tip that I can offer is to plan for the future. You don't want to have to redo your suspension or get new springs or shocks every time you change something about your build or add on weight or add on bumpers. But you also want to find the balance. If you're daily driving your rig, you may want to consider that you may sacrifice your truck's on-road manners for off-road performance. This is what we take a lot of pride in at Apex Overland, is talking to each one of our clients' needs and their overall goals for their build to make sure that we account for all of this and find the balance for their rig. If you are looking for a suspension upgrade for your vehicle, we at Apex Overland are a full-service installer and shop located in Reidsville, North Carolina. Just shoot us an email at sales@apexoverland.com and we'll help you find exactly what you need. I hope you enjoyed this dive into Overland suspension mods, hosted by Blue Ridge Overland Gear. And if you need good organization inside of your rig, check out blueridgeoverlandgear.com.